Hi boys and girls. Today I'm going to do a writing mini lesson with you. So I have my name printed at the top, just like I would like you to do as well. I have my illustration drawn. Can you tell what it is that I'm doing? I'm a little far away from the camera maybe, but I do have little blades on my feet here. So I am skating. I'm actually skating on a pond. So that's what I'm going to write about today. And I'm going to do my best to try and incorporate as many sight words as I can with my sentence. And I think today I'm actually going to try 2 sentences, which I haven't modeled yet, but I know some of you are doing too. And that's great. So the first thing I need to do, we need to label our illustration. So we know that ourselves have to be in our story. So I'm going to use the sight word me to label myself. And we know me is M-E. All right, I have a couple trees here. If I take my time and try to stretch out the word tree, we know that it begins with a t sound. So I have t, r, e. And we know sometimes the letter E says its name. So I'm going to do the same thing for this tree. Now I'm skating on a pond. So when I say pond, and I'm going to say my sounds very slowly, see if I can listen to hear as many sounds as I can. So pond, p, ah. Oh right, that was our new letter, wasn't it, last week? So op, on. I was trying to think for a second if we introduced that letter, but we did. So O for aw, that ah sound, turning on and off the light. Pond, and I hear a D at the end, pond. Now I could go a step further. I'm wearing mittens, so I could, if I say mittens, I could put an M for my mittens. Hat, I'm wearing a winter hat, I'm bundled up. I want to make sure, with the word hat, that's actually a CVC word, I could stretch that quite easily, so let's try it. So, I hear that A, at, t. So that would be at. So for mom and dad, we do that in the classroom. Sometimes when we're stretching our sounds, we stretch them across our body. So that's why I'm using my head, my shoulders, and my waist. All right. So now that I've done my illustration and I've labeled, I want to start my sentence. So our new sight word this week is the word was, and if you saw our video yesterday, you would have seen that before, and we know that it's W-A-S. So I do want to try to incorporate our new sight word today, along with some others. So my first sentence is going to be, I was skating on the pond. I think I'm going to use the word the because that was one of our sight words, or is one of our sight words, but it was a new one from last week. I'll try to use that as well. So I know the sight word I, when I'm using it as a word, it's always uppercase. So I, my finger space, was, W-A-S. We may need to look at that to refer to, that's okay. I was skating. I hear that S. We know it could be a C or a K, so it is a K in this case. A, here an A, ing. We haven't learned that sound yet, and I'm not sure, so we're just gonna skip it, and that's okay. I was skating on, aw, letter O, good, on, N. Now again, remember to go back and reread what you've already written once you've written or have wrote a couple words so that we don't miss a word or skip anything that we want to make sure we have down. So I was skating on the pond. I want to use that sight word from last week, so I'm going to look up here. I see that it's T-H-E. So I'm going to write T-H-E. I was skating on the pond. Aw. D. Good. So let's reread that together and you tell me if you think, you tell me the best you can through the video, if you think that's the end of a thought or the end of the sentence. See if this makes sense. I was skating on the pond. Does that sound like a full thought? I think so. So I'm going to add a period here to end the sentence. So I think I'm going to take it a step further and add another sentence for today. And sometimes what I like to do in my stories, and that you're welcome to do as well, is to add sometimes a feeling to our writing. But I think I'm going to focus maybe on, I have a smile on my face, but I was very cold. So I think I'm going to add the detail that it was cold, and I can use our new sight word again. So it, I for it, it was. Now remember too, when you're writing and you have your sight words close by, it's good to have them there so that you can refer to. Because sometimes we can't always sound those out as easily as other words. It was cold. Could be a C or a K. It is a C. It was O. It sounds like an O. We know sometimes O says its name. O. L. D. D. Good. It was cold. Is that a full thought? It is. So I know some of you are enjoying using exclamation marks when you're writing. So I think I'm going to end the sentence this time with an exclamation mark at the end. So let's go back and reread all together what we have so far. I was skating on the pond. It was cold. Excellent. So boys and girls, I would love for you to come up with another story, something that you have experienced, something that you've done. Do your illustration, label, and write your sentence. You're welcome to do 1 or 2 sentences. Sometimes, and we do this in the class too, you'll write 1 sentence and then maybe return to it the next day and you can add another thought or another sentence. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.